in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
I would make a motion to approve the public meeting minutes from March 19th, 2026.
Okay, do I hear a second?
A second.
Is there any discussion on the minutes? Did we not have non-public that?
We approved those already.
We approved those
Okay.
last time. We just
Gotcha.
didn't have the public ones ready.
Oh, I got you. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, abstentions, that's unanimous. And then the non-public and public meeting
Make a
minutes.
motion for the non-public and public meeting minutes of April 2nd, 2026.
Second.
Motion by Don, second by Scott. Any concerns, questions, comments on those minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, abstentions? Thank you very much. Consent agenda.
Consent. That's a nice long one.
Sorry.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda for April 16th, 2026. Accounts payable payment manifest dated 4/9/26. Accounts payable ACH manifest Harper's dated 4/9/26. Accounts payable ACH manifest Wex dated 4/16/26. Accounts payable payment manifest dated 4/16/26. Payroll payment manifest dated 4/9/26. Appointment of Dorcas Gordon effective March 10th, 2026 to the Historic District Commission through March 14th, 2029. Appointment of Steve Carton effective March 10th, 2026 to the Planning Board through March 14th, 2029. Appointment of Steve Carton effective March 10th, 2026 to the Zoning Board through March 14th, 2029. Appointment of David Kafka effective April 16th, 2026 to the Zoning Board through March 14th, 2029. Land use tax for map lot number 222-002, the amount of $0 to correct and release current use from property. Timber intent number 26-05-01-T for map lot number 219-005. Report of cut number 25-059-01-T. And certificate of yield tax for map lot number 219-005 in the amount of $122.03. Transfer of exemptions for disabled to elderly for the following. Map lot 1166-049 in the amount of $35,000. Map lot number 219-013 in the amount of $35,000. Map lot 112-101 in the amount of $35,000. 5-year review approvals for the following. Map lot 116-075 disabled veterans credit in the amount of $2,500. Map lot number 113-060 standard veterans credit in the amount of $750. Map lot number 227-008 standard veterans credit in the amount of $750. Map lot 116-081 all veterans credit in the amount of $750. Map lot number 106-034 standard veterans credit in the amount of $750. Elderly and disabled tax deferral application for map lot number 112-101 in the amount of $4,360.48. Denial of intent to excavate and for map lot number 225-005 based on the following. The PA-38 intent to excavate is incomplete. The property owner has not filed a town excavation permit. Appointment of Donna Worthen effective April 16th, 2026 to the Sustainability Committee through March 14th, 2029. Transfer of funds from the transfer station revolving fund to the town's general fund in the amount of $28,790.
Second.
All right, any item on there that anyone wants to discuss individually
Or have questions on?
or have questions on?
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There it is.
That one with the excavation permit, are we taking action on that?
So, in your folder, there's a copy of the memo that was last year also, but, last year, the property owner was notified that they had to fill out their form properly and that they had to file for the excavation permit, and they have not.
Okay.
So, they can refile this once they've correctly filed it, 1, and 2, filed for the excavation permit.
Okay, thank you.
All right, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Abstentions? Thank you.
I'll make a motion to seal the non-public minutes indefinitely from tonight's meeting, because it is determined divulgence of the information would likely affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of this board.
Okay, there's a motion to seal the minutes by Don, second by Scott. All those in favor? Aye. Those opposed? Abstentions? That's 4-0. Jeff?
So this is a public hearing, so you have to open the public hearing.
Okay.
There's also, in your folder, so when you get ready to, there's a script that has to be read for this
All right,
first public
hold on,
hearing.
let me get there.
And there's handouts for the first public hearing if anybody wants them as well. So we have to read the script first then.
All right, hold on. Item 6, is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, so you want to look at item 6 where it says public hearing script. That's the document that needs to be read.
Got it. All right. Okay. Public hearing notice for the Community Development Block Grant Project, Thursday, April 16th, 2026, 6:10 p.m. Public hearing on progress of the new pump station. Community Development Block Grant funds are available to municipalities through the New Hampshire Community Development Finance Authority. Up to $500,000 annually is available on a competitive basis for public facility projects, up to $500,000 for housing projects, up to $500,000 for economic development projects, and up to $350,000 annually is available for emergency activities. Up to $25,000 is available per planning study. All projects must primarily benefit low and moderate income persons. The pump station serves areas located within the census designated place that is primarily low and moderate income. The public hearing will update the public on and accept public comment on the progress of the Central Street Sewer Pump Station improvements. The town applied for a $500,000 CDBG in 2020 to upgrade the old existing pump station. During final design, it was determined that building a new pump station was a better, longer-term solution for the town. CDFA approved building new rather than rehabilitating the existing pump station. It took considerable time to secure financing for the larger project. Through a bidding process, the project construction was awarded to Sargent Corporation. The current contract substantial completion date is 8/7/2026, and the final completion date is 9/18/2026. For construction, the work continued through the winter, focused on the pump station concrete structure for the wet well and valve vault, which is now complete. The building work will commence in a couple of weeks. The force main work has started and currently in progress and will be done in the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay, thank
All
you. Also, so we have Underwood Engineers here also to give you an update on the project. We have a PowerPoint on
Great.
that they've given us. Do you want to start with them first?
Yep.
You can get in the hot seat, Steve.
Welcome. And thank
Yeah,
you.
good evening, Select Board. So I'll just introduce myself. My name's Steve Smith. I'm a senior technical leader with Underwood Engineers, and I'm the assigned project manager for this project. So I've seen it through the design process, and now we're currently in construction. So if we can go to the next slide. So just some, background on the pump station itself. It's a critical asset in the town of Bristol's wastewater infrastructure. It's effectively the terminal pump station that pumps all the gravity wastewater flows that arrive at it back to the wastewater treatment facility. There are some gravity flows that do get picked up before the treatment facility, but the terminal manhole is in the pump station pumps up Merrimack Street into Summer Street, and then there's where Baker Street is, there's a sewer manhole that is the where the force main terminates. So it's it's a critical asset and has suffered with some issues over the years. I mean, it sees daily flows of approximately 200,000 gallons per day. And the pump station and force main were constructed in 1967, so it's 60 plus years old, so it's way beyond its useful lifespan. The 2 existing pumps that are in the pump station were replaced in 1990. I've got 33 years up here, but it's actually 36, so it's a little bit longer. Thank you, Jeff, you pointed that out. I was making sure you were paying attention. And then, so I've got some photos here of the existing pump station as well, but Jeff has been, trying to keep this going. So this project was very much needed, and obviously, we're waiting to get it completed so we can get the new pump station up and running. But the existing pump station is really badly deteriorated. The roof leaks, and Jeff has put a plastic sheeting over it, and the leak just happens to be right over the electronic control panel and electrical equipment. So inside the building, Jeff has put a sheet panel over it to deflect the rain coming off there. So a lot of, and then to add to that, the pumps in the pump station require continual maintenance, and one of the biggest issues with the existing pump station was the wet well volume is insufficient, so it means that the pump's short cycle, so that exasperates the situation where the pumps are just working harder than doing, and that over time that just destroys the useful life of the pumps.
Sorry,
So-
we put it on the big screen, but it plays automatic, so I can't put it on the big screen, sorry.
So
Good.
next slide.
'Cause it's
So this
going
one
down.
here is a good shot of the pump station here, just to show you the condition. So you can see the kind of sheeting that's over the top of the
Here.
pump station roof to try and protect it from the weather. And then just, where it's located, it's I'll come on to this as I go through the construction, but it's kind of a small footprint. There are utilities that we've had to navigate through construction. But that's the background of the pump station. And then on to the next slide. So funding and project budget. So again, the town worked very hard to source funding, not only from CDBG, the Community Development Block Grant, but also funding from rural development and congressional direct spending, which was out of Senator Shaheen's office and is administered by the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. And then the town had a small portion to pay here. So with the numbers I've got on here, you have, the town has a $2 million Funding from rural development, $1,050,000 for the CDS monies, 500,000 for the CDBG, and then the town just over 40,000. And if I've done my math correctly, that should come to just under 3.6 million.
The rural development is a loan though, right?
It's a bond.
Correct.
It's a bond.
Yeah.
Yes. So
So the town has 2.04.
Yeah.
yes. So to be clear, the rural development is a loan, and in fact, what RD do is they don't upfront the money to the town. They expect the town to take out an interim finance loan.
Yeah.
Via a bank, so you've got that loan in place, and what they do is once you've expended all that money in that loan, they then come in on the back end and just pay the loan off. But that's an important thing to distinguish, that the rural development is a loan, where the CDS and CDBG monies is pure grant money. So you've got 1.6 grant money there, and then with that 3.6 million that we have that's being funding, that's split down to engineering, so design and construction is 626,000, and then the construction contract with Sargent Corporation is just under 2.8 million. There's a small 25k CDBG administration fee, and then there's a contingency of 200,000. And again, if I've done my maths correct here, that should add up to the same total of just under 3.6 million. So go on to the next slide. So for the construction project, the town went out to publicly bid this project. It's required by the funding agencies to a public bid process, so there is kind of a process that we have to go through to get it publicly advertised, and it was awarded to Sargent Corporation, and the key contract dates that are here. So the notice to proceed, so that's the start date of when the contract comes into being, was December 13th, 24, and then substantial completion August 7th of this year, and final completion September 18th of this year. Substantial completion, what that really means is when the pump station and force main are ready to be turned over to the owner, and the owner gets beneficial use of that pump station and force main. Understanding that there's probably a few things that just need to be tidied up to get final clearing, so whether it's just clearing the site, maybe some paving and punch list items. So construction progress, got off to a bit of a slow start in last year, just with as with everything when it's construction related, it's the unforeseens that come into play, and just some things take longer than anticipated. So there were some issues with the utilities that we had to work through, and then the contractor was able to get on site and start the excavation. Again, I'll come on to it in a minute with the photographs, but the excavation's pretty deep. It's almost 20 feet deep for the bottom of the pump station wet well structure. So we're into ledge, and we're also into the groundwater at that point. So we did go through a process of blasting the ledge to break it apart to help the excavation. That goes through again a process where we do a pre-blast survey on a 500-foot radius. Contractors required to go out to all the properties in that radius, get that information, do the survey, and then they go through the blasting, and any issues that come out there are notified to the contractor. To the best of my knowledge, we didn't have any issues with the blasting. So the ledge kind of sits somewhere on the order of 8 feet and deeper below grade, and the groundwater sits somewhere around 6 feet below grade. So when we excavated down, we're having to manage the groundwater. We do that via what we refer to as a pre-drainage dewatering system. So there's some well point dewatering in there that goes through a settling tank, and then it discharges to the drainage system. And that needs to be continuous while the contractor is excavating the structure down to the formation level where they can start forming the bottom of the structure with the slab for the wet well, then the walls, and then the concrete valve vault. The force main, that is, the existing force main is cast iron. The new force main is actually going to be HDPE, which is high density polyurethane. It's used a lot for this type of work, and obviously it doesn't suffer the corrosion issues that cast iron is. So, and HDPE's been around 30 plus years, so it's a good product. Also has the advantage it's flexible, and it can also be used with the directional drill technique that we've employed on this project. And then the horizontal direct drilling has started. It started on Summer Street, so they kind of work backwards because they want to take advantage of gravity. So they're allowing gravity to starting on Summer Street, then they'll come down Merrimack Street and then across Central Street and into the new pump station. If you want to go to the next slides here, go through some of these slides. So this one's a good one. This is the bottom of the excavation, and see the one on the left-hand side is just showing all the steel formwork that's been put into the base, and then the start bars, they've got like these mushroom caps on the top. They're just for safety, so somebody doesn't fall and impale themselves. Then the concrete gets poured, and you can see in the right-hand photograph that they've poured the concrete, and then they're just smoothing it out and getting it flat. If we go on to the next slide, Chris. So this is another good one. This kind of shows the extent of the steel formwork for the excavation, and also the formwork for the walls. And in the photograph on the right-hand side here, you can see the excavators just lifting in one of the panels for the shuttering for the concrete walls. And again, all this work was done through winter, so here you can see snow in the photograph. So one of the things we have to be concerned about is controlling the temperature. So when they're pouring concrete, they put thermal blankets over and heaters and ducting to keep the temperature, so we don't get any premature aging of the concrete, to make sure it doesn't crack. Obviously important for the wet well that it's got to hold water. Just want to go back to that previous one.
Sure.
And so so you can see the one on the left, that's in the background kind of is the actual wet well structure. And then on the one on the right, you can see here they've applied a damp proofing course. That's the black bituminous coating, and then you can see where they've backfilled up against that structure. So as they filled up the structure up. And then if we go to the next set of slides, and here again you can see on the photograph on the left-hand side here, you can see the wet well in the background, and then they're forming where the guy's standing. All that steelwork is forming the base of the valve vault. The valve vault kind of ties into the wet well structure. And so this is a good one again, showing you, good old New England conditions, winter conditions, but they worked through it, so it was good. In fact, the concrete crew did a very, very good job with the concrete, and when we the walls are 1.5 foot thick, so they're pretty beefy anyway, just for the structural loading, but when we did do a hydrostatic test, so the structure was filled with water, and then it's left for a period of time just to make sure it doesn't leak. So again, that was a very good result there. There was no leaks. And then, do you want to just go back to there?
Yeah.
Sorry, Christine.
No, you're fine.
So yeah, so and then the photo on the right here, you can see they formed up the walls for the valve vault, and they're actually this one. You can just see the chute, the concrete chute at the bottom. They're pouring concrete at this point. So again, so we move on to the next one. Thanks, Kristen. And so here, you know, they've actually done the valve vault and the wet well, and then there is a cover slab, that suspended slab that goes on the top of the structure. So that was the kind of the last pour. It also incorporates the access hatches. So you can see in the photo on the right hand side there, the kind of 4 yellow squares. Those are the covers so that allow access to the pumps. And where the red fencing around the valve vault, that's where we're going to build on top of that with the CMU, and the building sits on top of that. And then it will have a pitch roof that will extend over the hatches for the wet well. So with that, I just open up any questions.
Does the project include the demolition of the old building?
Yes, it does, yes. Yeah. The critical path is obviously the new pump station needs to be online and operating before we can demo.
Right, of course.
Yeah,
But, and then, is there a building over that?
Yes.
Oh,
There'll
look,
be
yeah.
a building over that, yeah. With a pitch roof, like I said, extending over the wet well, that was.
The building will be over this, part of it with the pitched roof over this
Yeah.
part.
And where the existing building is will be the access point. Our driveway will come in there,
Okay.
and nose in towards the downhill side.
Yeah, the existing pump station will be demoed to about 3 foot below grade, and then the existing structure will have holes punched through it just for allow any water to drain out, and then it will be backfilled with crushed gravel. And then the new paved entrance will go over the top of that. Bold.
Paving included?
Yes, the paving included, yes. Yes. Yes, it is, yes.
Paving's a hot button.
We actually, so we did this one right.
Yeah. All right, very good. Any other questions here or from the public? Because this is a public hearing.
What size pipe is that being installed?
The force main,
Yeah.
it's a 12-inch.
12.
What are the biggest risk items you see? Are we beyond the worst?
Yeah, not wanting to tempt fate, but so far as the pump station is concerned, the biggest one is the excavation. We're out now. Now we're out of the ground. We're not dealing with groundwater, the freezing temperatures. We're not dealing with any of that. It's a fairly straightforward process. You get the masons come in. They'll do the CMU wall. Then you'll get the roofer in to do the wood truss, and then the roof on there. And then that's the building kind of complete, and then they move inside there to do the piping, and then the building services, so electrical, we've got some heaters, gas-fired heaters in there. So now we're out of the ground, there's less of a concern with big risks. Now we're made a start on the force main. That directional drilling is a tough thing to do. It's best way in the world. You know, they pulled out some big boulders. I think one of the contractors has a photograph. It's almost the size of him. You know, so if you come across that, then that can be problematic, and they end up having to dig down and deal with it. But again, you know, it was kind of part of the design. I say with Jeff wanted that the design to incorporate the directional drill, just because less impact to the community during construction. Obviously DOT are on board with that, because it's
been a lot
streets.
lot less disruption.
So
We're hoping to be below all our utilities too.
Yeah.
It's just getting below them for side, that's where we ran into the issues initially.
Yeah.
But once we're below obstructions.
yeah, I think Summer Street is definitely going to be the because you've got a lot of services on Summer Street, and as it comes up Summer Street, everything's kind of converging to the kind of same point. As we move backwards down to Merrimack Street, the force main is actually diving deeper than where the existing services are, so there's less of a concern with that. So I think Jeff said to me earlier today, he said, I'll be glad when they're out of Summer Street and we're on Merrimack Street. I'll help you.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's you know, they've got they've been at it a couple of days, and they've got something like 140 feet of piping so far. So, and it's continuing it. We do. Underwood provides. We refer to it as an RPR. It's a project representative. It's a guy by the name of Joel Moulton. He's our construction services manager. But he's out there just making sure the contractor is putting everything in accordance with our specification and drawings.
Well, it's a big project for us, and we appreciate all of your help with it. It's been fairly, I don't know, Jeff, I think from the general public and from just our end of things, just looking at it, it's been fairly, I know we ran into an issue at the beginning, but it's been fairly painless, I think, for the general public.
I think so, yeah, I think that.
Low
I think they're
impact.
doing a pretty good
Very
job
low
with
impact,
traffic,
Yeah.
this time around. It seems like a better handle on the traffic at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think, that's what upsets most people. is
Right.
having to deal with traffic. I
Yeah.
think it's been slow.
Every time I've gone through, it's, you know,
Yeah.
30-second to a minute, it's really nothing.
Yeah, we did receive a request from the chief of police to make sure that they didn't start any earlier on Summer Street than 8 AM. So we've made sure the contract complies with that. So.
I actually noticed that on the sign, and I kind of smile.
The
I'm like,
first,
oh, that seems late for a construction project, but
well, the first
but it
time they
makes sense.
started
Yeah.
earlier, the school was stuck in it, so
The
we
paving,
we tried to fix it as quick as
Yeah.
possible.
I do have a question. Out towards the ball field, there's like 2 sensors on the no parking pole. Do you know what those are for?
I think that's for the DOT study.
So there's multiple
Oh, they're doing
things
this-
going on
okay.
right now.
All right.
Yeah, they were doing, test borings weren't just our test borings, they were DOT, not DOT, but their contractor
Yeah,
was doing test borings
for the
for
10-year
that.
project.
Yeah, so I have a feeling those sensors are probably for that as well.
Okay.
So,
Traffic patterns.
Yeah.
and there's a paving project coming up too.
Yeah.
For the DOT, so there's 2 different things going on, but, or 3 different.
Okay, any other questions? All right, we close the hearing. We will close the hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Jeff's not free yet though,
all right.
so we have another public hearing. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah, welcome.
Water and service fees updates. All right.
So this is your next public hearing. We had talked about these, under, I gotta get to them, sorry. Number 7, there's the notice, the proposed fees and there's a summary sheet there.
Yeah,
So we had talked about this previously, but we realized that we have to hold a public hearing, so.
all right. We
That's
will,
what this is, so.
all right, we will open the public hearing at 6:37 on the water and sewer fee update.
Sorry,
I
Jeff,
don't
I'm
know if
getting
you
there.
have to, probably need it, but if you want to look at it.
My computer is not moving very fast. So
I can,
we posted these on the website as well so that people could see them. Don't need that. It's behind, oh, hello.
you had it up there for a minute.
It just kicked me out.
But it
Well,
also puts you on the camera.
Yeah, good God. That is really weird, it just kicked me out.
I can go on without it, you want?
You want my copy, and then I'll pull them up. again, what the heck?
Had mentioned in one of the other meetings about this, just to give you a heads up on what my goal was, but what we're trying to do is, at least cover our costs for materials when we're, making connections, new connections, so. We're not increasing the water or sewer rates, but we are adjusting the fees that it,
Okay.
cost, to hook into the system. And all of those are driven by the material cost. I don't have my notes here, but it was just a slight increase.
I don't have your notes either, well,
Oh.
I'll see if I can get them out.
But it's for the meter setup and the tapping fees. That's where you would see the increase. And then a connection to a curb stop, that went up probably about $45. And then there's an impact fee or per unit, so that's driven by these charges. So if you were to put in a duplex, it's 2-unit charges that we charge, so. And that's the only spot that the customers would see, and that's, like I say, new customers would experience that. Existing, it doesn't really impact those.
Yeah, sorry, just clear up now, I don't know if you want to, I can make them small.
But I think that the screen that we're looking at right now is just showing
Your summary.
our existing water rates, which we hadn't changed, as I said. But we are comparing those to the state average. And we're still below the state average. I think the last one was in 2024 where I did do an increase to the water and sewer rates, and we were able to maintain those for this year.
So go, here's a wicked delay tonight. This is your water department fees, these are someplace specific you want me to cover for you?
If you could scroll down just a little bit to the,
Try.
if you click on the 995, that note
Let me just
on the
move
total
this.
charges.
This 935?
955 total charges, just
Oh, up top, got it, right there. So it says total increase
yeah,
$70.
so $70. That's what I was looking for. It's just the total. Like I said, it's not huge. If you go to the one below that, the tap and fees.
It says up $10 from 2024.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's not huge, but we just, like I said, wanna cover our costs when we're making the purchases for the materials.
It says the total increase is $80 since 2024 for the water service. Yep. Sewer?
So I think the only thing that it impacted was the unit charge, and that was up.
This one's up $15
$15.
from 2024. Yeah, there's,
I
those are,
think that's the biggest changes. And we do, that was 3/4, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and 2 inch taps that we can perform. Anything larger than a 2 inch tap, they would hire an outside contractor to do that. That's why we don't have anything posted for fees larger than that. Like I say, it's subcontracted, so.
Who would use a larger source like that, like Grunberg?
Yeah, a fire line, some of these new constructions, you know,
Sprinklers.
yeah, sprinkler system. But like I say, we're able to do up to 2 inch, and there is a small sprinkler system that is going in on South Main Street. We were able to perform the tap for that one, but
Sure.
once we bump up to 3 inch. And there's a few companies that'll do that around, so.
Did you ask if there was questions from the
Oh, yeah,
public?
not yet, no.
All right. Any questions or comments from the public? No? Okay. All right, this public hearing is closed at 6:44.
do you want to also vote to approve them now?
Is there a vote to approve, nomination to approve.
Make a motion to accept the updated water and sewer fees for 2026.
Motion by Scott,
Second by Don.
second by Don. All right, any discussion?
Maybe just to make one point.
Yep.
I did ask that these be effective April 1st, just to
Sorry.
tie into
Effective
Yes.
our
April 1st.
Yep, thank you.
Still second.
Thank you for remembering that.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Abstentions? That's 4-0.
So, we do have Jeff, we're here to do, granted, most of his department updates just happened. But, while he's here, there's one thing I need, and from you as well, it's under number, so there's two things under number 8 we'll touch base on. First thing under number 8 is I need, so we've accepted the grant already, and this is the lead
service line, yeah.
So do you want to talk a little bit about the lead service line grant again, because they have to do a vote for, it's called a certificate of vote, it's the second page of that document. I can't sign this one, I signed the grant, but I need this one for you to vote on this and pick somebody to sign. I can stamp this with your signature stamp if you're okay with that, but I'll have Jeff just remind you what the grant is for.
So, yeah, this grant is one we went after for, there's a lot of unknown service lines out there. I may know a lot out there, but it's not documented, so that's what we need to do, is document it. And this grant allows us to go after some assistance in doing so. A lot of it's just gonna be legwork, looking through reports and information that we have, maps, tie cards. But it will get to a point where we'll have to actually do some excavation, dig down to the service line and determine what's on either side of the curb stop. So that's why we went for this grant.
I don't even remember how much this is, because we have multiple going on.
This was $30,000
Okay,
grant,
sorry.
and we could have went for a $30,000 loan, which was principal forgiveness.
We didn't know it at the
And
time.
I didn't realize that, it was a misunderstanding, so I didn't go for it. We didn't, and part of that requirement was we would have had to go to town meeting vote, and I found out too late to put the warrant article in to do so.
We had put it on and we took it off, and then we found out after the fact that we should have left it on, so.
So next year I'll go for that.
All right. Make a
No,
motion.
actually, I'm confusing that with the asset management one.
Yeah,
I've got too many grants going on, sorry.
they are very hard to keep straight right now because they're all very similar grant applications. So lead service line, I think you could have done.
Yeah, I could have done, I could have done for equipment purchase. to
Yeah,
do the-
equipment purchase, this one's different, but.
Yeah,
So-
the equipment purchase would have been.
Let's not get bogged down with
I
what we
know.
could have.
Yeah.
This is getting confusing.
It is, so it's $30,000 for the lead service line, and this is for documenting data
Yeah.
and making sure that we get what we need to get done this year, because they have
Okay.
specific deadlines, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So according to this, you have to say at the meeting today that you, the grantee name is going to be Sean, probably is the chair, if you
Okay.
agree. Voted to accept funds and enter in a grant agreement with this, so that number 2, I think you can, on the second page.
The COV must be
Yeah.
signed. Okay.
Yeah, I think you use number 2 as your motion. And just put John's name in it. It's been a very interesting process, so.
That's strange. Make a motion to approve the drinking water infrastructure certificate grant, NHDS-W-03-277. That the COV must be signed on the same date as or within 30 days when the grantee is signed. which would be signed by Chairman Sean McGee.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Don. So motion by Scott, second by Don. Any discussion, comments, or questions? Hearing none. All those in all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. That is 4-0.
The other, before he goes on to his other stuff, this is probably one of them, but in the other number 8, we wanted to just make sure that you and the public are aware.
That we will have a partial road closure. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Partial road closure on Central Street on May 11th and 12th.
Yep.
From 8 to 3 p.m., 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. No truck traffic permitted, and a detour through Merrimack Street.
Correct, yeah.
What exactly is happening, Jeff?
We're scheduling a hydrant leg replacement. This is a part of a repair that we had to make the beginning of last winter. We had a main break right across from the construction site for the pump station. So we just kind of did a temporary patch, got us through the winter. Now we want to gear up and make the repair more permanent. So it's going to involve us going right across the street, cutting right across the street and replacing that hydrant. So, and then we're going to tie in the services below. We're hoping to, the services above on Central Street, the intersection, that will be able to restore service for them right away, but the 3 services down below may take some time, so it might push us off. We might have to do some temporary. We're just starting to plan, but we want to get the word out there that we'll be closing the street down.
Yeah.
Working with the town of New Hampton as well as the buses.
Yeah.
So,
And we're gonna
reach
try to
out.
put up this sign from the police department. I reached out to Chris to find out wording, how many words were allowed on the sign, and then where it can be placed to let people
I'd
know.
also specifically reach out to the folks right across the river there,
yeah.
Lift Tech, because
Right.
they often come up through town.
Okay.
You guys doing the work, Jeff?
We are, yeah. I've been working with Victor. He'll get us some gravel and some coal patch. But we plan on doing the digging. We've already purchased the materials to make the repair.
So, not changing the location, just right where.
If anything, I'm gonna bump the hydrant further back off the sidewalk, just because it is set right on the edge of Victor's. And part of that, the new pump station needs to tie in, so I think that'll benefit that as well.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right.
And we'll put it on Facebook, we'll put it on the town's website. And the plan is to try and get it out early, so.
Why does it have time to the pump station, for sprinklers?
Not sprinklers, we just need water to wash stuff down, so we just have a 3/4
So
line
just
going
like a
in.
small.
Yeah, it's just a small line for that, yeah.
And because this is, Jeff was here for other things, Jeff, I also asked him to do a quick update, department update, because this is one of your regular
Yep.
department updates, so.
Covering the bases tonight.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, just beyond the big project and this other one that we're planning, we have seasonal turn-ons right now, about 160 cottages we have, plus quarterly customers that shut down the winter, so the guys have been out there busy with that. We're gonna go right into hydrant flushing. We've already got 3 hydrants that need to be repaired that we've discovered had issues over the winter, so we're gonna be tackling those right after we get our other projects done, so. And of course, with that hydrant flushing, we'll find other issues, we'll repair those as we come across them, so. Down at the treatment plant, we're dealing with that oil spill cleanup still. Now that, it's finally, we have ice out down there, I guess you'd call it. So now we need to revisit that, do some additional sampling, see what it's gonna take to clean that up, so.
Did you see my email?
I did not,
10:30 tomorrow morning.
10:30, all right. So we'll be meeting with Chris
we're trying to get more information about how we've handled this moving forward for DES, so we, yes, we'll be talking with him over the phone.
Yeah.
So, because
Give us some guidance since,
we did do one test, and the limits were too high. So now we don't know what to do at this point, so.
Yeah.
other than that, we did have, our emergency eye wash. We had that huge water heater that needed to be replaced. One was replaced. We budgeted for a second one, and we'll be getting on to that, contract.
Okay.
As soon as the spending freezes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We okayed the first one because it was failing, but.
We did get the bills out on time. Our office manager's out right now, working remotely, but, the crew pulled together and we were able to get the bills out on time. And payments are coming in, so.
Where are you at with staffing?
Still shorthanded,
Yeah.
yeah. We still have it advertised. It's difficult with I think, we really need to probably visit our pay scale, to be honest with you, just to attract, licensed operators. It's tough out there.
Jeff has some ideas too about potentially changing how they are structured, not, operator training versus technicians
Yeah,
and things like
support
that.
tech, yeah.
So, he'll probably be coming back before the board to have that discussion at some point, but
Yeah.
because we are in difficulty.
Oh, yeah, but it's a critical spot, so we
Yeah.
need to figure out what we can do to make it more attractive for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the one position, chief operator, it's been open for 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, a year and a half.
Yeah.
So, there was somebody that had filled it, but for a brief period of time, and then now it's been a year and a half
Yeah.
roughly, so. And Jeff thinks he's retiring at some point.
We'll tell you.
You'll tell me when to?
Yeah. No, we'll tell you when you're allowed. Great. How are we doing with equipment and machinery? Everything's. We had talked about. Did we talk about a backhoe, or was that?
That was highway, I think.
Yeah.
I think we went to the tour.
We did, I think, just because we started having some repairs that are needed on ours, we did get some pricing on a
Oh,
backhoe.
yeah.
But it's crazy when,
Yeah.
and I think we can continue to use ours, repair it for small dollars at this point.
Yeah.
We did look into a screen,
Yeah.
the headwork screen, and that's something I think we really seriously need to consider for next year's budget. I think that'll be the huge purchase for the treatment plant. We'd like to see how this new pump station has these chopper pumps, and it chops up the rags, but they tend to reweave by the time they get to the treatment plant.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think
Is the headwork screen that replaces the muffin monster?
it would, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
When you say huge expense or huge project, are you talking? would it be
Well, I think
a
the
huge
unit
improvement
itself-
Or a huge cost?
It's a huge cost. The unit itself is probably 100,000, but then this is a piece of equipment that probably would need a building over it.
Yeah.
And once you get the engineers involved, it's gonna probably,
I can share the video from the presentation that we had done at the treatment plant with you, so you can see what it looks like, what he's talking
Yeah.
about. But, we were only able to see one of them work, but they came with a truck and showed us.
yeah. But, yeah, I'd like to pursue that anyways, to see what our options are. And DES has to be on board with it as well, so it has to be a piece of equipment that would satisfy our flows. It can't just work part of the time, it's gotta
Right.
be working at peak flows. And that's where we run into some issues.
All right. You have any questions for Anything for us?
Not that I can think of right now. I mean,
All
I
right.
think things are going pretty good. Happy with the way the project's going finally, so can't wait for that to be done.
Yeah. Been years in the making.
It sure is, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think things are good.
Are we still thinking about auctioning off a couple
Oh, yeah.
vehicles?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Those, I have, it's a dump truck, 1-ton dump truck, Chevy. I think that's a 2007. We'd like to put out a sealed bid as well as a 2008 F-350. Both of these are diesel. We have one plow that went from one of those vehicles, moved to the other vehicle, and I think I'd like to probably put that out to bid, maybe as a separate, a third.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think if there, seems like there was another. Oh, I think that was Victor's. I can't auction off this stuff, can I?
Yeah.
I see we're consistently rated as one of the best water supplies in the state. At least clean, for clean water.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you see that puts that at risk
Yes,
that we can help with? Because I think that's something that makes this town attractive.
yeah. Well, I've always had a concern with the development that's gonna take place across from the existing well. There's a proposed house lot that's going in there, and there's more and more activity over there. They wanna put some docks in. So I do have some concerns, because that would increase boat traffic, and I don't know what type of boats would be in there, or, filling these boats or jet skis with gasoline would have a concern, so honestly, that's
Yeah,
something that does concern me. But
okay.
it is an approved buildable lot, so.
Although it is under significant review
It is right now, yeah.
from DES at the moment.
But,
Yeah.
I think we've talked in the past too about the aquifer also not being in the town, how do we
huge, yeah.
do something to help protect that aquifer eventually in the future, but.
There was, it's small in terms of the area, but there was a lot that was right in the middle of the aquifer that was donated to Lakes Region Conservation Association, so that will not be developed.
Oh, really, yeah.
That strip between Ben's Field and Placis Field.
Oh, nice, yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, our wellhead protection area actually does extend into Alexandria quite a ways, all the way up to their town shed. That's one of the places I have to inspect, is Alexandria Town Shed. So,
Yeah. But that would be where we would do the most good for the water supply, would be protecting the
Yeah.
development on those fields. Of course, it's private property and it's in
Yeah.
another town, but,
right,
the conservation easements would be the way to go there,
yeah, right, yeah,
if they're willing.
yeah.
Could we buy that?
You can always buy them. Yeah,
Hindsight, I wish we had across the street, but,
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah, that would take a problem off their
Yeah.
hands.
yeah.
All right,
I think Jeff's off. Are you have anything else, Jeff?
Not that I can think of.
okay.
You
Have a
are
great night,
free
Jeff.
to go.
Thanks. Get out while you can.
I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10:30.
10:30.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys.
Take care. Thank you.
All right. Buzz, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Good. Come on
Am
up.
I up?
Yeah.
Quick.
You're the next contestant.
So this is in regards to the Challenge Partnership Agreement.
Yes, I come bearing good news.
So, the agreement is in, under number 9, it's the Pemipath CPA, and then there's the, under number 9, the Pemipath overall plan. But I'll let Buzz explain.
Well, I've been before you several times in the past about this. We've been going back and forth for coming up on about a year to get this challenge partnership agreement in place. And we finally have put to bed the remaining issues. And I'm here to hopefully get your approval so we can have this signed. I can go into, if you would want me to walk you through it, I'm happy to do that, whatever you want.
I'm assuming we've had legal.
Yeah, so legal started at the beginning.
Yeah.
We worked through the legal questions, and then we've been working back and forth with Army Corps as well, going through their questions.
Yep.
And our concerns. So they've addressed our concerns, the latest concerns we feel they've addressed.
To the extent that they can.
Yeah, to the extent that they can. Go ahead.
Well, the issue that came up midway through this process, when Tia Mercer from the Corps was here before us,
Yeah.
and we decided to go the challenge partnership route rather than the 25-year lease, it was presented to the town as if it would be a 5-year agreement, and then it would renew for 5 years. But the current agreement before you is for the construction period only, and then we enter into a new ongoing 5-year agreement after that. And one of the things that we were horsing around with, there haven't been that many negotiations, but it takes an amount of time to get it from us back to us, because the Corps Office of Counsel has other things to do. So, but our principal concern was that we go and raise funds for this and build it, and then we lose, influence over it, and it's pulled out from under us. And I don't really want to fundraise for a federal project, but and we've pursued assurances of that. There are 2 clauses in here that get to it, and they're giving us the assurance that they can. I had asked in the most recent iteration, putting on my lawyer's hat, I'd ask for a best efforts clause, which would basically, that is a legal term of art that has a very settled meaning, and they basically came back at the end and said they couldn't do that because they can't control Congress and the political winds in Washington. So this comes as close to giving us assurance in 2 places as we can. It specifically mentions that this is for construction only, and it will be replaced with an ongoing 5-year agreement. But there is no language in here that obligates them to do that, and we're not going to be able to get that. So the one thing I can tell you that gives me some confidence in this is that last February of 2025, I went to a public meeting where the Corps is updating their master plan for the Franklin Falls flood area. And I looked at the old and the new master plan, and they specifically include in one of their goals to encourage recreation within the floodplain area. So I think we can take a fair amount of comfort in that, that they want this, and that they won't pull the rug out from under us. Can't control Washington, and that's just a risk we'll have to take.
You will note that the partnership agreement, it doesn't have a couple of things in it. We're waiting for updated number from Mike Vignali. He would hope that he would have it by today. He did not have it by today. But if we've gone, and the appendix it references is the plan that's up on your screen and in your packets.
Yeah.
But if you're comfortable with the challenge partnership agreement, and you can motion to approve me to sign it once the numbers are in. That's the one he
Yeah, I
sent me.
might visionate what it used to be, but that has topographic lines on it.
Yeah, it does,
okay.
it's just hard to
That's
see
the
up
current one,
there,
yeah.
yeah.
Do we have a feel for the numbers? Do you have an idea where this?
I can tell you what they were, but those are old and they are, let me get there.
We did a grant application for Northern Borders
Yeah.
about a year ago, and it was in the order of magnitude of $2 million.
Yeah, it was 1.8.
Yeah.
Yeah, so originally it had been a lower number, and we did find an error in the formulas, and we had, during the Northern Borders application, and we had to fix it, and so it's 1.8, but it's going up, so
Yeah.
it's definitely gonna
Yeah.
be over that.
But as Sean knows, at least, the stars are starting to align on this being a community volunteer effort. I think most of that cost is going to be donated. I think we're going, and if we can get some of the materials cost assumed as well, I think we could be talking,
Yeah.
$200,000 or less, maybe significantly less.
How about ongoing maintenance of the town? Take this over?
There's another part to this that I'll get to, but when that part falls into place, we are going to set up a nonprofit, Friends of Penny Path, and do fundraising to that, and then the town will set up a dedicated single-purpose trust fund, and all monies that come in, that we are able to raise publicly, we will put into that trust fund, and that will be used, and the goal is to not only raise whatever we have to raise to build this thing, but to build up a fairly large cushion and maybe revisit the cushion periodically every 5 years or whatever it takes, so that we have ongoing maintenance taken care of. We have talked to Victor, and the town can make room at the transfer station or the highway department property to store aggregate, so that I've done a fair amount of inquiry into how the northern rail trail is maintained, and they have, over the course of their 70-some miles, they have strategically stationed piles of aggregate that they go out and use it in the spring. We will probably be subject to the same kinds of minor washouts and erosion each year, and in fact, part of this trail floods fairly regularly. But you just go out with a backhoe and spread some new aggregate, and you're underway. Most of the major erosion will be taken care of by engineered culverts,
Yeah.
which are not in place now, and so there is some fairly significant erosion, but that'll all be taken care of.
Yeah, I would hope we'd make it a pretty good priority to keep it well maintained.
Yes.
I will add for the board, and the board knows that obviously the intent is not to ever have to have any money come from taxation, but can we guarantee that in perpetuity? No. But we've also talked about our parks don't have any funding right now it's coming out of someone else's budget to do maintenance at those parks. So in the future, we've talked about doing something to fix that as well, so.
We incidentally, just while we're on the subject of maintenance, we haven't spoken to them in a while, but there are 2 snowmobile clubs that have offered to enter into a contractual undertaking to assume all of the dirty work if we provide the materials. So we will, we're going to be revisiting that in the coming months, once we get this thing up and running.
Yeah,
But-
Because the agreement will allow snowmobile traffic here?
On
Yes.
most of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
there's
there's a period where the purple line is.
Right.
Which is actually an old road.
diversion because Periwinkle Field, the Corps of Engineers does not want snowmobiles in there.
So make it bigger for
So
you.
there is an old driveway. It's got
Been on.
fairly large caliber trees lying
Yeah.
across it. It's very hard to climb through it.
But it is an old road.
That will become the snowmobile
Okay.
bypass. And,
Yeah.
and when we hyped that to identify it, we had one of the presidents of I believe it was the Alexandria Snowmobile Club with us.
Yeah.
And they blessed it. They wanted it to go farther down around this wetland area,
Yeah.
because they didn't have to do a sharp corner. But this adds
That adds
significantly more expense.
More impact as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they want a Cadillac trail here. They've been advocating from the beginning for a
Yeah.
20-foot wide trail,
Yeah.
and the state standard is 12. And I've been unable to find any 20-foot snowmobile trails publicly maintained, so we've discounted some of their demands.
Truck
One of
routes.
the demands was, they'll just have to slow down and make a 90-degree turn.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember, there was one thing that they wouldn't allow on the trail, I can't remember what it was.
I'm sure.
I know we discussed uses, but,
Yeah, I can't remember.
it
we-
might be all-terrain vehicles.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't want, there was a concern
Yeah.
about horses at one point too, but we can't restrict it from
No,
horses.
horses are allowed on the
Yeah.
existing trail. What about
Yeah.
electric bicycles? I'm sure that's allowed.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
they-
most of the rail trails allow those.
Yeah, but some of the federal lands are picky about,
Well,
especially in like the wildernesses and stuff.
in this agreement, it provides that we basically consult with them, but they're the ones that dictate, because it's federal land.
Right.
We're unfortunately, most of what goes on in the state rail trails, that it's state-owned rail right-of-ways. And we're precluded from that, so it eliminates a huge source of funding and whatever, but we're trying to, at least in the state, we're adopting the state engineering standards,
Right.
but we have to work with the Corps for things like use restrictions and whatever.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
now there's one other piece, and this email just came this morning at 11:48, but
Oh, yeah.
the second piece of this is that because we're on federal land, there's a question of whether we have to complete a Tier 2 environmental impact study under the National Environmental Policy Act. And Tia Mercer, who is the Corps manager assigned to this project, indicated some months ago that we might be eligible for a categorical exclusion under the NEPA statute, and we wouldn't have to do an impact statement. But that got put on hold because the Corps archaeologist that handles all that got eliminated with the Doge effort. Well, they've hired a new one, and he or she is now in the process of coming up to speed on this project. I'm sorry, I have to consult this to remember the specifics, but he or she is in the process now of determining whether we have to do a survey. We already have the survey, and it's been provided to them, including the update that Mike McNally did around the holidays that has topographic lines on it. So that shouldn't be a hurdle, but then according to the email that came in today, there would be a 60 to 90 day period of analysis and whatever before they can make a determination that we are satisfy the categorical exclusion. I put my retired lawyer's hat on a few weeks ago and looked at the Policy Act statute and all of the federal regulations surrounding the categorical exclusion. And then I also found a publication by the Corps of Engineers listing their specific categorical, and we qualify for 2 of them. So I think that this is, unfortunately, it's going to slow us down a little bit. But I think that
But it would be better
this
than
is good
spending
news.
$100,000 on
Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm not concerned. I would like to be able to start building this thing in 2027.
Yeah.
But if we have to wait 60, 90 days, and I will not start fundraising until we have the NEPA report in hand, or we have
Right.
certification that we don't
And
need.
the qualification for the exclusion is, if I remember right, is basically the fact that there used to be a railroad there. It's
Right.
already been disturbed.
Right,
Right.
that's, it's, yeah, the specific language isn't precise to that, but it talks about existing disruptions, or pre-existing disruptions,
Yeah.
and we fall under
Yeah.
that. So, but
And frankly, we're gonna make a lot of those places better
Yeah,
that are continuing into a road.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
that's progress. But again, it just comes in when we're dealing with. I'm here from the government, and I'm here to slow your project down. But, we've waited 15 years, I guess we can wait another 60 to 90 days. But I wanted to give you this update too,
Yeah.
because it's encouraging. But the partnership agreement, I would hope that I could get your permission tonight that we can, when we get the numbers from Mike McNally, that we could proceed to sign this.
Can we sign it now pending
You don't have to sign it, you can vote for me
for a
to sign
vote?
it.
Doesn't obligate us to anything, does it? Like, if we sign this, we're not all of a
We're
sudden
not
saying
giving-
the council
No,
hope for.
no.
We're not gonna sign it till we get the numbers from Mike McNally. Once we submit it to them, it's a partnership with the Army Corps. There is a way to get out of it, though.
Yeah.
There's
We've already
There's a whole
budgeted
section
for
on it.
Mike's costs.
Yes, we will, the intent though is to fundraise those and
Yeah.
reimburse.
Yep.
It
It's,
says, there's a clause that says upon 60 days written notice to the government, the partner may terminate this agreement. If either party elects to terminate the agreement, both parties shall conclude their activities relating to the project. The only thing though, I think if we started to do any construction work and we terminated the agreement, we may have to put it back.
Yeah, that's a different.
But other than that, that it is in there, so.
You gonna do the motion?
Go ahead. You've been doing them tonight.
Make a motion to approve the challenge partnership agreement between the Department of the Army Corps and the town of Bristol, New Hampshire, and to authorize the town administrator to sign off on it once we get the final numbers from our town engineer.
Second?
Scott.
Motion by Scott, second by Scott.
Scott S. and Scott S.
Yeah. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, abstentions, that's 4-0. Sir, thank you.
Thank you.
So very much for your hard work on
Yeah,
this.
doing a lot of this.
I hope to see it built sooner than later.
Yeah.
Comment, I have a good friend of mine is on the board of Londonderry Trailways, and he's offered if there's any, if you want to talk to someone who's gone through building their trail system.
Well, actually, I meant to mention this, but I am the town's representative to the Regional Planning Agency's Transportation Advisory Committee. And at our last meeting earlier this month, the Regional Planning Commission's transportation planner is forming a committee on rail trails. And
Enjoying that.
yeah, and so I've already been networking with some
Nice.
folks up in Ossipee and other places. We are, unfortunately, I think the information flow is going to be going from us to them because we are farther down the path. But I'm going to, I think I've decided to commit to committee number 8.
Before you're done, you're
Yeah,
an
I mean,
expert on
I got
recreation
too
trails.
much time on my hands. As an informational resource, because it'll just plug me into a whole network of people that
Great.
around the state that know this stuff, so.
Right.
And just personally, I want to help, not separate from the board, I just want to help.
Got a shovel?
I'll break out a shovel or whatever, but seriously, I will.
Well, we meet the second Thursday of every month. If you I'll put you on
Here.
the email address
At
if somebody sent.
5:30.
Yeah, 5:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except we don't meet regularly because things move so slowly.
Yeah.
But we'll be meeting in May.
Awesome.
They also are going to the Hebron,
Oh, yeah, we have a presence at the Eaton Fair every year.
Mhm.
and that's where they seem to get a lot of support of that.
We have a mailing list now of close to 100 people.
Yeah, that's what we noticed when we, Scott and I did the walk there in March, and noticed that there were quite a lot of people from not only just part-time folks in Bristol, but people outside of Bristol who were really, really interested in the project.
Yeah, outdoor enthusiasts.
Yep.
Yep.
And who
We-
came to,
We have, we've done the Hebron Fair for 3 years. We have had all manner of people that are, the snowmobiles, obviously,
yeah,
but we've got cross-country skiers, we've got hikers, we've got road bikers, we've got people that want to fish along the river or launch a kayak. I mean, you name a recreational pursuit, and they are interested. And in fact, this past summer, we had a jar out that I was in the process of putting pens to, and people started walking by and dropping money, which we had to give back.
yeah.
So, I mean, there is a huge groundswell of support for this. And I don't think our fundraising is going to be difficult at all. But I don't want to commit to taking money until we know that we have all of the pieces in place. So if we have to wait 90 days, it makes it a little more difficult to get things done in the summer of 2027, but that's still the goal.
Very good.
Thank you.
Can the public ask a question?
Sure, sir, go ahead.
So what is the risk for, if the Army, what could the Army Corps do subsequently that would put this at risk in some way or other?
Well, I wouldn't put it at risk, but the concern that we have is, especially in this age of federal budget retraction, I don't want to go out and raise donations from the local community, build this thing, and then have the Corps pull it out from under us, because it'll look like we were used, as kind of backdoor taxation. And that troubles me greatly, and that was the last point in the agreement, and we've got as much assurance as they could give us. They have told us unofficially that, and in fact I know this because I've read their master plans, that their master plans have a goal of encouraging recreation. So it would be difficult for them to take this over from us unless we mismanage it. But that's a risk I didn't want the town to take. So if that answers your question.
All right, very good. Thank you, Buzz.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Bob.
Transfer station updates. Come on up, sir.
I have 2 things under him before I turn it over to him.
Okay.
Which he knows about one of them. So under, no. Oh, yeah, you could actually. Sorry. Yes. So under number 8, 9, never mind. 10, the boot reimbursement. What we've realized is that when we split the transfer station and the highway department came and increased their boot reimbursement, but it was specific to highway department. So we just copied the memorandum that we did before the highway department to get their boot reimbursement increase as well. So matching both water and sewer and highway now. So it would move it from 100 right now to 150, which is probably what it's cost.
Do you have a standard, or do you obviously have a steel toe standard But other than that, you let them choose their,
Correct.
yeah.
And they just have to bring a receipt in
Yeah,
with a request for
Does
reimbursement.
$150 cover?
that covers it. It's usually, I'd say about 130, something like that, to 150, so.
Somebody's just recently was 159,
Oh,
but I guess
yeah.
it depends on what you get for boots, it could be
Yep.
a little bit more.
Yeah.
But highways is 150, water.
It's supposed to be the heated models.
I wish I could find good boots for 150. I don't wanna tell you what I pay for my boots.
Oof.
They're not Herman survivors?
Are they Herman survivors?
No.
No. Because Herman survivors are more than 150, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My light hiking boots are $330.
Holy, yeah,
Yeah.
we can't go there.
My limbers are probably 6 now to replace, but mine are like 10 years old, because.
If you want to go up to 300, you're good with that.
But my point is only that
No, I'm just kidding.
we work on a fee, right? So I just want this to be enough.
No, I think it's plenty.
Okay. All right.
All
All
right.
right. Is there a motion?
Sorry, here's your form. I didn't mean to throw that at you.
I'll make a motion to approve the reimbursement for employee boots for the transfer station at a maximum of $150 per employee per year effective April 1st, 2026.
All right, is there? Okay, motion by Don, second by Scott. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Yep.
So how much is it gonna increase?
50.
From 100 to 150.
550.
Times how many employees?
Well, right now, well, there will be, it's like 5 or 6.
Yeah, right.
Some have already got reimbursed this year, and that's how we came across it, because I'm like, I can't give them 150
Yeah, so,
right
Can we
now.
make that retroactive?
You could, then I have to go back and give it to them. No, I'm kidding.
I'm fine with that.
You would make it effective January 1st
Mhm.
instead of April
Okay.
1st?
Are you good with that?
I will amend my motion to effective January 1st, not April 1st.
good.
And we'll fix the ones that have come through.
Okay.
All right.
We had 2 already.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Abstentions? That's 4-0. Great.
The second, actually, I'm gonna just turn it over now, because the second thing I think he'll touch base on, so,
All right.
So I'm going to introduce myself first. I'm Chuck Cullen. Good to meet you, Scott.
Good to meet you.
Yeah.
I don't recognize you in regular attire.
Yeah, usually I'm in
High
yellow.
vis?
Yeah, high
great.
vis.
Yeah.
So, all right. First thing, I want to go a little bit about what we're doing this year, and I'll go in depth with some of it. If any questions, just ask. We're revisiting the styrofoam. So, I talked to Christina, and it makes sense. Instead of looking at the machine that breaks it down, we're going to go and try to. We have a trailer that's not being used. It's a covered trailer. All we have to do is re-roof it because the wood is terrible. The trailer looks brand new. I guess they were using it for Alexandria to bring.
We originally were using that to haul cardboard up to Ashland before.
Okay, so that's what it was.
Before we got Baylor.
Okay.
And when Alexandria wanted to start bringing their cardboard, we loaned it to them just to get going till they could buy them.
Okay, so and it's been sitting there, and I said, well, we can use it for something. So we decided if we go ahead and replace the roof, that we can talk to Guilford, Megan. She has these big containers that they put
They're like bags.
Yeah.
Big giant ones.
Yep.
Big construction bags.
yeah, and they put styrofoam in them. And we decided that if we can get 2 of those and then put styrofoam in it, take it over to her, let her have those, she gives us 2 more. That we do that for a year, maybe we can come up with some numbers, and then revisit the grant part to maybe get the machine over here in Bristol.
That's a great interim solution.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost the way we started.
Yeah, then that would give us a little bit more of what the numbers are. It's going to be more of a, it's not a weight thing, it's what we take out of the system.
Right.
It's a
And,
volume.
yeah, right, it's a volume thing, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that's
Less
what,
poles, just same as cardboard, less poles.
That's right. That's right.
Heavier container when they do pull it, which is, although you're paying for weight, but you also want to maximize that. every time you
Correct.
pull
Yeah.
it, So,
So we're looking at redoing that trailer. My question to you guys are, would you like to see it painted like a gray and put the town label on it, you know, on one
The
side?
old one, yeah.
So,
No.
that would be great, I think that would be great.
that way it'd take care of, it'd keep the wood that's on the side. We're not replacing the wood on the side,
Just on
just the
top.
roof.
Yep,
And so if we do that, it'll help keep the wood from getting any damage on it too.
yeah, I think
sounds
that's,
good.
I think that's great.
Is that a homemade side or a homemade enclosure? Or is it a
Yeah.
it's manufactured enclosure?
No, the enclosure was homemade. Mark made that
Okay.
enclosure.
All right, so it's not all right.
Mm.
Yeah.
There is sides, you know, come up like that
Yeah.
that are
Part of the trailer.
yeah, part of the
Can
trailer.
we use like tin? Just steel roofing?
Well, there's a roof of wood that has a film over the top of it, and that's supposed to be waterproof. And so I felt like, hey, we'd go with that way, and it's like $35 a sheet. And I was thinking maybe we can do, it takes 3 sheets to cover it.
Bless you.
So,
Yeah, it's a flatter equipment trailer that they bought.
I'm all for it, I think that's great.
That'll train people to,
Exactly,
yeah,
yeah.
Right.
it'll get people in the habit of doing that, which is gonna take a
Yeah,
while.
we'll start advertising that too, and we'll put a sign up there.
Yeah.
You guys will talk to everyone.
yeah.
We talked about too, also creating some type of like cell tracking. What are we bringing there? What kind of gas are we putting in the
Yeah,
vehicle?
absolutely.
What are we saving on
Manpower, yeah.
loads, power, so manpower, so that we have the whole gamut when we come back to you and say, we really want to do styrofoam.
Yeah.
But-
Are you
Or
guys
this
gonna,
might work, this might be good for us, but, sorry.
are you gonna make the repairs in-house yourself?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Do we have to sign a repair order?
And if it's under a certain amount of money, he can do it, but if it's between, so if it's under 3,000, he can do it with an inspection.
Yeah, I'm not.
Right,
Anyway,
if it was 3 to 99.99, I can do it, so.
You gonna take it out of the budget or use the capital fund?
I got a question about that, so, we could use the capital, could we though, this is equipment?
I mean,
It's for improvements to the
So we-
transfer station.
Oh, you mean the revolving, sorry.
revolving fund,
Not
yeah.
the cap, I was confusing it with the town building fund, never mind.
No,
Yeah,
the
we could.
transfer station fund.
Yeah, we
That's what
just
it's
took-
for.
So we just took the 28,000 out for the compactor, but, I can tell,
we're only talking,
yeah.
we're
We
talking
have-
less than $1,000.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Are you gonna use marine grade plywood? Or no, you said that she did. All right, never mind.
can we, so when we get to another one on his list, I don't wanna jump ahead, I might ask you what your thoughts are for the revolving fund for
Okay.
that as well.
Okay.
They gotta wear their new boots though.
Yeah.
You could just use it just pay for it out of the budget for now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, we
At
haven't
the end of the
actually,
year, if we have to transfer out.
we have a line now, we've actually set these up to make them a little easier to track. We have a actual, this is in a fund by itself now. It's, instead of, you know how general fund is all
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
Right.
fund one, this is fund 30. So everything that has to do with this is fund 30, so we can look at there. And then worst case, if you didn't think it should come from there, then we can transfer it to the budget.
Great.
I was gonna bring something up, but I think I'll probably let you do all of it, and I'll bring it up at the end. It's nothing bad, it's a question, actually.
Okay.
Next.
All right. The next thing that we're thinking about is we're going to build some type of gate in front of our cans to keep the cans inside because not often they blow, but they will come out a little bit, so I want to put something there. A sheet of plywood, and we can have it done in a couple 2x4s. It's not going to be that much either on that, so they'll take care of that. It's going to be something that we can put in there. We can dump over it, which will keep the cans uptight and put more cans in it. And then when we're ready to recycle the cans, then we'll pull the whole thing out, put it to the side, and we'll be able to go get the cans and recycle it.
Could we do a quick search for like a little fence or like even a dog pen? Like just using the panels to make that? Maybe we can find
You can
something
actually
cheap
use,
or a
you can put
section of
a
old
gate
fencing.
up, you can get the panels with the gate in it, you
Yeah.
know, so.
Well, but
We've
you also
searched
want
for-
They aren't that
something you want something you can physically
Yeah.
just pick up and move.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the skid steer. We want,
Don't we have that dog pen? Actually, it was at Mark's. Remember the one that we used
No,
to?
the dog pen's
is that
over,
gone?
it's over at the public safety building.
Okay.
It's, been staked into the ground because remember it.
Okay, but I'm thinking
Oh, you know what would
something
work?
like that. They're pre-made pipe tubing with some fence attached to it.
How far?
it needs to be almost 11 foot.
Yeah,
Wow.
if you get two sections, then you just attach
Plus, it also needs to be solid, so the,
fence,
oh, yeah.
chain link fence.
Yeah.
It's gonna hold that.
Old section of guardrail laying around.
No.
See if Victor
We'll,
has.
trying to see-
we'll leave it, we'll leave it.
Okay,
Just get creative,
we are.
but make it look good.
Yeah, we'll paint it too.
Yeah. Get the old
Put the old seal on it.
All right, the next thing, we are putting out the trash cans next week around town. So they've already put some out at Kelly Park this week. I think Wednesday they put them out. So now we're going to put ours out right after that. So, you got any issues with that? And we'll take care of it.
They just need the town seal.
Need a what?
Need a town seal,
Uh,
the old one. Not
Hey,
the
I'm
new
good with you. No. We are going to build the cemetery building. You
This
know,
is in his other hat, so
you,
go ahead.
you know our little building that's behind, I always say number 2, so look, Big Art is number 1 building. C&D is number 2 building. That's how
Okay.
behind that,
Yeah.
we built where we put our tools and stuff, okay, which is nice looking. I bought one of those and put to for cemetery, and it went into cemetery budget and all. Got it pretty cheap. It was during the winter season, and they had it down half price of what I bought that one for. But it's the exact same building. I'm gonna come over here. I already told my guys that we can probably do it within a couple hours or so. We're gonna build it for them and put it behind the building over here.
What do you mean?
And then we're gonna take, yes, then we're gonna take that building and we're gonna bring it back over to,
I'm lost.
So we have we have a
A little shed.
A little
Little
shed.
shed,
yeah.
We moved it from the side and put it behind.
Okay.
yeah.
So where that's gonna go away and it's gonna go right
Okay.
behind this building.
Yeah.
The reason we did.
Behind the stairway.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
behind that jog out.
Yes.
It's gonna be behind it, but it's gonna face the paving.
Yep.
Because then they can get in and out of it, the cemetery trustees. Right now, there's material at highway, there's material here, there's material in basement of someone's private home. But it's all technically owned,
Yeah.
by the trustees
That's good.
in the town.
So
So it'll
we're
all
gonna-
go into the shed.
I volunteered to take care of that for us at the cemetery
Yeah.
and have that done. And then I'm gonna take the building and take it back over to us at the transfer station.
and I'm gonna put it back where it was, right there by Big Arch Building. And we're gonna have some tools put in there that we can use right there, you know. We keep some of the tools inside the building. I want them out of the building. Because it's just a little bit too much. I want to put them right in that building, which was very good, useful for us when we did have it right there.
Okay.
So, all right. We talked about leveling that building out, and I haven't got a quote from Randy Rude. I've talked to him. He said a couple weeks ago that he will give me a quote on doing that building and getting it leveled back up. I see on Facebook that he's building a house and stuff like that. So, of course, he's probably pretty busy. So I'm kind of waiting for that because I do like his work to get that done. So I'm kind of waiting for that. We also are going to enclose the porch side right there and make that a bigger office for me also. There's a refrigerator inside. I'm going to put it out there where the porch is. I'm going to enclose that. In that door that we have right there at the porch, we want it, you know, we're going to put it on the outside right there.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for that quote from Randy. As soon as he gets time, whatever, he can send that and we'll get that taken care of.
I know also that, I guess it's been a month or so, but it's Dad.
Yes, correct.
I'm
That's right.
sure he's wrapping other stuff
Yeah.
up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're still waiting on the ring diverters.
Yeah.
But we're still, I've talked to Energy Committee and they still think we should do that.
Yep. Yep.
So the changes for the building will it'll be lifted, obviously, but, at first I was thinking that's a town building maintenance fund, but it could be
Solid waste.
from
Yeah.
transfer station revolving fund
Yeah,
instead.
use that.
Yep.
Absolutely, that's what it's for.
Yep, and I just looked, but, so you know what's left after we take, it's 25,000. We put the 38 from that check, from the sale of that property in.
Yep.
We put 15 at the end of 2025 in, which was for recycling. And then we just took the compactor out, so it'll be 25,000, 25,500.
Still that.
In there, yeah.
So doing really good.
That's great, Chuck.
One other thing too is the fees and the policies for the transfer station. We've been working pretty good on it. I had Shannon helping me out. I won't make a June or July deadline, but I will make a January deadline. I want to have all that and have it in front of you guys to overlook at it, and it's on an Excel, so we'll be able to hopefully capture some of the fees. We are right now being hit on about, they charge us 15 more cents per tire for fuel. They're charging us $35 a load to have it picked up and dumped on our S&W. So we're getting hit right now pretty good. And so I'm hoping to...
And we still don't know, we are getting the $350 extra per haul, or is it per haul or per?
It's per ton.
Ton, sorry.
Per ton.
It's the DES put that in place. They still haven't given us process on what to, so we're supposed to we have to apply to get reimbursement every quarter,
Yeah.
and they haven't finalized that process yet. So we'll get some of that money back from them,
Yeah.
the $350, but we still don't have the process fine-tuned yet.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that wasn't very much, like $86 wasn't too bad for the first quarter.
Yeah.
Now, of course, for the summers, we're going to have more tonnage, but for that first quarter, it wasn't that bad. So, and the last thing, we are shorthanded staffing right now. Joe went back to Kelly Park, and Art came back, and he's only working 4 hours a day, and it's in the afternoons, every afternoon. So in the mornings, we're a little shorthanded. But we're handling it pretty good.
Steve
So-
Jones will be joining, May 1st.
Yes,
Okay, great.
yes, correct.
So who's gonna be manning down below?
Right now, it's just gonna be one of us. And so I don't have one specific person going to do it,
Okay.
but it'll be one of us going down there.
And that's only once, a couple
It-
times, once a week?
It's only Saturday.
Saturdays, it's all day.
Yeah.
And then on Mondays, it's from 10 to 2.
And
Not, we're
Wednesdays,
closed on Wednesday, because that's our burn day that we do.
All right.
And so we don't have anybody down there for safety purposes.
All right.
Okay.
Any questions? That's it.
Yeah, so as I was telling these guys earlier, I was at a conference earlier down in Concord, and we got to listen to a representative, and he spoke about the JosiahBartlett.org foundation. It's like an organization through the state, that there's, I guess, some good information on there for solid waste and such. I think that's where you research for grants also.
Well, what's the name of it?
jbartlett.org. And then the New Hampshire the Beautiful, which
Yeah.
she said she'd been, but he spoke about,
That's a group.
yeah, no, and then so he spoke about lithium batteries, trying to start programs. There's funding for programs, I believe, to make it easily accessible for people to drop off batteries so that they can keep them out of landfills.
So we already have that program in process.
Okay.
Anybody brings their batteries, whether it's alkaline, it doesn't matter. They bring them to us, and I want them to keep doing that. So we can
You
go,
collect alkaline?
huh?
You do collect alkaline?
Yeah. So we can go through. We can go through
Yep.
and make
We
sure,
did here.
because they'll have the button batteries and mixed in with it. There could be a rechargeable battery that looks like a AA.
Yeah,
So we always tell them, bring them to us, and then we go through them and we separate them.
And then the alkaline goes in the regular.
The alkaline goes into the
Okay.
regular trash, but we don't want the people to do that. We want to make sure that they bring them to us, and they're really good at doing that.
okay.
And so, and then we have the button, all the batteries. We do have a system that goes with electronics. It goes back to that, and that's through NH Recyclables.
Yeah.
So they take care of it, and there's a charge for it, but not much at all.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no, it's, yeah, you never know what you're going to find when you go to these conferences.
we are doing
One day.
we are doing a program. We're going to start up to another one. Is we're going to put a table at the metal over there by the metal.
Yeah,
It's going to be our table, and we want people to bring stuff to us, and we're going to double check it, because a lot of your grills, they have batteries in them.
Yeah.
And one thing, we went to a summit just recently with batteries,
okay.
ion batteries, and the grills, if you don't take that battery out, it could be thrown in there. Well, what else do we throw in there? We'll throw a lawnmower in there without gas or oil. We'll throw a lawnmower in there. Well, just so happened,
Contamination.
when we went to that summit, we come back and we walk by and you hear a click, 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 click. And that was the reason why. The battery will click if you throw it a certain way, maybe, or something. The battery will still click, and then all of a sudden,
Gas and oil?
yeah, and then all of a sudden you got gas right there and ignites. So we're going to start, after that summit, we come back and said, okay, let's think of what we can do.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to try to do this summer for here in Bristol.
Okay.
So we're getting that going.
One last question.
Yep.
How's the dumping been across the street?
Don't exist.
Okay, good.
So ever since we took the limbs, got rid of them,
And you can
it's,
see.
that's right, it stopped completely.
Good.
So,
Good. Do we have any capacity to take more cardboard
from,
another town?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I may reach out to you. I've been talking informally with one of the new selectmen in Hill. That's a brand new board. All 3 people are new.
Yes.
And he's really interested in finding out how we can cooperate on things.
Bring it.
Right.
Styrofoam.
And Sarah. Yeah.
Bring it.
All right.
Yeah, that's money.
Yeah, try it. Absolutely.
Well, styrofoam won't be money in our pocket.
No.
No.
Currently,
But it will.
The cardboard will,
Right.
and that goes to your.
Currently, what they're doing is they throw all their cardboard in a whole other roll-off and beat it down. With
No.
Yeah. beat
Bring
it
it to
down with a
Bristol. We'll
backhoe
take care of it.
And try to get it as full as.
Absolutely, bring it to us.
Yeah. All right, I'll talk to them.
Dry and clean.
Dry and clean. Yeah.
Do you really need that trailer, or can we loan it out?
No,
I need that trailer.
Yeah,
I know it.
I mean, for the cost of a trailer, they'd save a lot.
Oh, yeah, they could.
Because it's very similar to Alexandria, distance-wise and,
Oh, yeah.
setup, so.
Bring their cans.
Yep.
Bring them. I want it.
The what?
Cans, aluminum cans.
All right, very, very good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, aluminum cans.
Yeah. Aluminum cans.
Do you take copper?
Okay, so we started.
Okay, now.
We started
Silver?
another program that we found out that, because everything was going into the metal dumpster.
Yeah, it's just mixed metal.
And we, yeah, that's right. And we were taking it to Steen's, and it comes back and gives money to the town. Well, we decided to do copper and separate that. Oh my God, what money that we get out of copper, and what money we get out of it. You'll see us now vacuum. We'll cut the cord. So we keep all cords, and we try to catch all of them. Any microwaves.
Do you have a stripper, or did you just send?
No, we don't.
Yeah,
We're not into that, because that
Yeah.
takes a lot of time for my
Yeah.
guys, and I'm not. We just keep the cord. We get money for that. A different type of money.
Electric motors and such?
Anything that we feel like that there's money in that there's not a lot of labor. We'll do.
Yeah, okay.
And so that's a couple things right there is copper, and now we're cleaning the copper. So a copper pipe has a turn-on knob or whatever like that. I bought a cutter.
Yep.
And
Cut that off and you go.
you sit there and cut that off. Don't take long at all.
Okay.
So we clean that up. Any pieces of copper that's been together and soldered together, we cut that piece off, and that cleans the copper up.
That
So
makes
there's
it
a
work
different
for-
price on that too.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
difference between number 1 and number 2.
That's correct. That's right.
Are you securing that?
How we secure it? It's in one of our buildings in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the gates are closed.
Okay.
So.
Is there any way of taking tin cans or no?
I don't have the room right now. I don't. So I'd like to take tin cans. I like to take plastic bottles, but I don't have.
You
I
can't
don't.
just throw tin cans in with the mixed
Metal.
metal?
He
You don't like it?
no, he
Most
don't.
people-
He's
Not everybody cleans them.
that's right, and that's what you come up to. Just like glass, we don't take dirty glass, so we have to sit there. People throw it in there,
Yeah.
and they forget to take the lids off the bottles and stuff in glass, so we'll have to go through it and we'll have to throw it away. And if we catch somebody doing it, then we'll educate them. But most of the time you don't catch it, and and it's no different than cardboard. You don't want wet cardboard. If you see somebody with a Coke container that carries the cans, that don't go in there because it's not corrugated. There's a lot of difference, and so we educate the people when we see them. Hold on, let us show you, and we'll tear it and show them that it's not corrugated. So there's a lot of things that we do behind the scenes to try to educate the people. So,
I want to say that you guys are doing a great job.
well, thank you. We work hard just behind the scenes, and
The place is running flawlessly. You're doing a great job, and it's very much appreciated. And it's very much noticed how well things are going down.
well,
Yeah, the way it's run now versus several years ago.
Yep.
well, thank you. I appreciate it. I will be taking a little time off
Oh, yeah.
second week in May for personal reasons, but I'll,
We give you vacation? Really?
He wishes.
How did
it
that
was
sneak
in
into his
there.
contract?
He wishes
I don't
was
deserve
a
it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Before actually Chuck leaves, I just thought of something else. So we had scheduled your sticker check event for May 9th. It's opening day baseball. I don't think you should do it that day over there. I'm gonna put a post about traffic, obviously, over there, because it's gonna be bad.
I can't do the following weekend.
You can't, so.
Why don't we just,
Do it,
why don't we just
each of you
say
show up.
we're each gonna spend a few hours down there over the course of the
I
week?
wouldn't say a day or time.
Yeah.
I just show up.
Yep,
Spot.
So we'll just leave it that
we'll
way
each,
then.
we'll each do
Yeah.
a couple hour shift down there at our own convenience, and we'll leave it that way.
Okay, that's better.
Get with me and
Yep.
I'll help out.
Yep. All right.
Spot checks. Yes.
In the glass,
Do we have to be in safety footwear?
I will put you in. I'll put you in something.
No, footwear.
No, foot.
No,
Not over
can
there.
I, yeah,
Not over there. In the glass, I looked into it for the machine that we need, because you can put something wide in it and big, way too much money, like
For pressure.
42 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the smaller one is just enough for a bottles to go in it, but you're looking at, we take toilets and we break them up, and you can't shove a big piece down in there. So I don't know yet. I have to do more research on it, but that would be,
Instead of hauling it to New London.
that's right. And aggregate, they can use it at the highway, filling holes and stuff like that. It goes down to powder.
$42,000 worth of aggregate. You gotta figure out how much. Can you get data from Londonderry or New London to see how much aggregate they produce?
well, they take in from several communities.
Well,
right?
that's what I'm saying. If they figure how many communities they take in from, you can do the math. You figure it down.
We'll figure something. I'll do more research on it, but
Because if we're not getting tons and tons of material we're not gonna get our money back on it.
well, we probably about 4 times a year that we have that emptied. I don't know how many tons it is that we put out there, but it costs us about $400 now to have it taken off.
Is that a 30-yard dumpster?
Huh?
Is that a 30-yarder?
Yes,
And we're doing that 4 times?
yes.
So you could ask them how much yield will be from one dumpster and multiply it times 4.
Yeah.
And then you figure the cost of materials, compare that to materials, break it down. That'll get the rate of
42,000
return.
is way too much for me.
It'll be a lot of years. That's what I'm saying though, if we're only getting like 2 truckloads of raw material,
Right.
it's, and that's $400.
Yeah. But that's down the
Times
road.
42,000, or divided by 42,000. 42,000.
We're gonna focus on styrofoam.
Can you just give me a figure on how much yield comes from a 30-yard dumpster?
That was the most
Okay.
polite southern way of
Ask them how much.
Of telling them no.
yeah.
No, bless your heart.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, wait a minute.
That's classic Southern.
All right.
So the last thing that was in your folder is that the composting program is kicking off.
Yeah.
There's a training next Thursday for the people who have signed up. You
Yes.
have 32 people
Can you
roughly.
still sign up? Or?
Well, there's a waiting list
There is a waiting list.
Yeah.
And the people on the waiting list should go
To the
to
meeting.
the meeting so they learn how to compost. And in case somebody that's on the list doesn't show up, for their next in line.
I was
So-
gonna say, I don't need the goodies that you get. Can you come just to learn?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. It would be good for the home who does it at home
I just
without
was-
the,
I've
the compost.
been composting for decades.
yeah,
You can always learn something.
yeah. Part of the meeting will be how to build a compost, barrel, and the other part is you learn how to compost.
Yeah.
So 2 parts to it.
Yeah,
But it's, we built 3 of them already. We're gonna build, for the people in the first part, we'll build one for them, and then they switch over from learning over back to building, and then we'll build another one for that group. We do have, again, we have 3, we've got one that's almost done, a 4th one, but they're big, and you either have a truck or, to take them. And there's gonna be some people that won't know how to build it or can't build it after we even teach them. And I have Bill Corliss, he's volunteered to help out. So if anybody, but we have all of them at the transfer station in boxes, and I told him after this 4th one, the whole thing about building it, you can build everything, the stand, put them together, the barrel, you can put one side, you can build one side. The second side of it, you gotta crunch it down. It takes some ingenuity, which he figured out, to bring it down so you can put the bolts in it around it. And he's done it by himself on all 4 of them, or 3 of them, and he's got the 4th one ready, but I'm trying to get a hold of Matt to come and see if he hadn't learned how to do one yet, from Lake Region.
So it's next Thursday from 5 to 7 at the Historic Town Hall.
Old Town Hall, yeah.
Historic.
I just got the answer for you.
You are good.
John would be so happy, so proud of
You
him.
get, on average, 7.5 to 13 cubic yards of finished class aggregate from a 30-yard dumpster.
Wow.
So that's one
About 10.
truckload,
Yeah.
that's a one triaxle.
One. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
So, and the triaxles have aggregate
All right.
$400.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
yeah.
Hey?
Okay. Is that
So you
good?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Pay for the 42,000? Okay.
Y'all have a nice night.
Good night.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Thank you.
You
Thank
will.
you, Chuck.
Yeah, y'all take care.
I've rescheduled the police department to
Yep.
May 12th, so.
All right.
105.
Ready?
$400.
You want me to go ahead?
Guys. Yep.
To your report info only, I don't, it might be easier for you just to look down the report itself to see if there's anything you have questions on. I put a lot of extra things into your folder this time around, so, but I don't have to touch base on it. It's just if you have questions about anything.
Okay. Is the School Street one just general knowledge, or is it the fact that they're advertising off-street parking?
No, it's just general
Just
knowledge.
general, oh, off-street.
How do
never
they
mind.
have off-street park? Oh,
Their
yeah,
driveway.
They
sorry,
have
they have
some,
a driveway,
yeah.
yeah, sorry. No, it's just general knowledge, but also the price. I
Yeah.
was like, holy cow.
Should we buy that so we can
No.
expand on the town hall?
No, we're gonna have the school in a couple of years. Sorry. I'm
Hey,
joking.
I'm living my inner Rob.
Yeah.
So-
All right. All right.
No, are there any other questions on the info only?
So for the record, we are not purchasing the property adjacent to the town hall.
All right.
You can make a makerspace.
Right.
All right, I'll move on. TA report, the real one. So, number 1, I just wanted to announce the public road weight limits effective April 13th were lifted on all of the roads, so there are no more restrictions. Number 2, there Lakes Region Master Plan update surveys. So, somehow I missed these, but so you have till the end of next week, I think it is, to do these. I put these out on the website. I think it's important that people, in Bristol realize that we are part of the Lakes Region Planning Commission group. I put a map in the advertisement. We're almost like the center, which is actually pretty interesting. But I really feel that, so I shared the map. I really feel that people should participate in shaping what comes next in the Lakes Region Master Plan updates by completing the surveys. There are 3: transportation, housing, economic development, and natural resources are together. So there's a link for you to go through if you would like to participate in them. I don't know how long they take, but that is going to be what their master plan is going to affect our area. So the inside scoop, every second meeting of the month, I'm going to be asking the board for what you want to put for your message. I can email a reminder to you tomorrow and have you each do something, or do you want to have, because we talked, you felt it was important that the select board put a message inside that newsletter, so it comes out May 1st. So that's why every second meeting I'm going to be coming to you. I can ask each of you to do a different month if that's easier for you, or I did put in your folders, it's a draft, by the way, I still have to tweak it, but I put in your folders my message that's going to go, my blurb draft is going to go in you can certainly see what I put into it, but I'm going to tweak it one more time before I put that in. So I'll have a message, but you guys said you thought it would be good for the board to have a message. So.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, get the email tomorrow.
okay.
And maybe you can conglomerate something from the messages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Co-pilot. Co-pilot.
All right. I'm going to go back to my report, sorry. I just want to remind you, but also the public, New Hampshire DOT is holding a public information meeting on the 10-year plan. I put that on the website today. That is April 30th at the Historic Town Hall. It's at 6 p.m. So this is the first step. Purpose of the meeting is to present citizens and public officials with information regarding the proposed project, and this is the update to the corridor from roughly School Street out to Ayers Island Road.
Do we have to be present, like in a board fashion, or just as
No.
general
Just as general.
members?
It's going to be really DOT and HEB engineer is the engineer that's going to be doing the road project. They'll be the ones doing the presentation and answering questions. So you do not have to be there. You don't all have to attend, but you don't have to be there in an official capacity either. So I'm going to plan on going, and I've let Victor know and Jeff knows, so just in case they want to attend. There is a motion for TAN in your folders. I need specific wording, and unfortunately, it does look like I'm going to need a TAN before the spring billing hits. Right now, we haven't paid the school, and their year closes out June 30th, so we are going to have to. We paid, we owe them half of February, March, and April. So just looking at that and what we have left for cash on hand, we're going to need a TAM. We're not going to make it to June when it starts to come in. So there's a motion in your folder.
TA5?
Yep.
All right.
There's two things there. He just sent me this document, the first one, TA5, he sent me this letter from FSB that also needs to be signed, and it lays out the, so they have approved our loan request already. It's the same amount of money, it's the 1.7 million, and it's a revolving tax anticipation. So we only pay interest when we start to draw down from it. And then it will stay open for a year, so we won't have to renew it again at the end of the year if we have to go back out again.
So
And the interest is 4.5%.
the signature page has Rob's name on it still.
Yeah, you can cross that, we can cross that out.
Okay.
He sent me a PDF, so I couldn't do,
Yeah.
but so the motion is on the other document.
All right. The town is approving a new TAN financed by Franklin Savings Bank in an amount up to $1.7 million for a period of 1 year to cover operating expenses in anticipation of receipt of 2026 real estate taxes. The town will be written as a revolving LOC, which will allow the TAN to provide the operational needs for the entire year. The TAN will be priced at 4.5% fixed. The loan will be unsecured. The signers of the transaction will be as follows: Sean McGee, Chair; Scott Sandgren, Vice Chair; John Miller, Member; Don Milbrand, Member; Scott Severn, Member; Kathleen Haskell, Treasurer. Approved on April 16th, 2026 by the Bristol Select Board. I so move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions? Comments?
Is 1.7 million enough? Are we comfortable?
Well, because we talked about this a couple weeks ago, we agreed to stay with the same number and not have to go out to a bond attorney again, because a bond attorney will require a lot of information. So we decided that we would stay with the same number. It's going to be close, but money should start coming in June, because our taxes have to be into the tax collector by May, our bill has to be in by May 15th.
Yeah.
They have till July 1st to pay, but we usually start getting taxes in
Right.
June.
Yeah.
So we have the two things I think I've told you before. We have a $400,000 bond due in April, but it's 1.5 to the school right now. So I can stretch that until the taxes start coming in again, but my concern is their year ends at the end of June. We
Yeah.
probably have to have that paid up, so,
Well, we should anyways.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, we had the motion, we had the second, we've had discussion. Any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, abstentions, 4-0.
We already talked about the next one, on number 7. So we scheduled the mandatory training barbecue for June 19th. Funny thing is, people recognize it as a holiday, and we are having trouble getting training
Yeah.
sessions. So, based on that, I'm wanting to check with your schedules to see if, I've checked with the department heads, and majority of them, let me just make sure, have responded and said there's only one who can't be here the following week so far, but, most of them seem to be able to do the 26th, but I need to make sure on your schedule if the 26th would work. Because I need to make sure I have cookers,
I will be out of town.
What day?
June 26th.
I'll be coming, yeah, I'll be out of town, but don't let that.
I can be there for a bit. I can come and cook like I did
You can
last
hockey puck. No, you didn't do hockey pucks, it was
Yeah,
wrong.
night. That's why I cooked last year.
Yeah, I can be for it.
We didn't like cook last year, I did.
Alright, so we're gonna move it to the 26th then, if you're good with that. I'll fix the invites and send them out again.
And then June 19th.
I've confirmed Primex can do the 26th for training. We're gonna do slip, trip, and fall, and we're still working on the other training, but I think we'll have better luck now than we were having on the 19th, so.
What time starting?
Now you have to ask. I think we have people arriving, you know, I think the plan was to have you start cooking, about 11:30.
Okay.
So, but we're gonna be there between 10:30 and 11. The first training will start probably in the morning. And then there'll be a break where we eat, and then we do awards and recognition, and we do another training and raffles, and I don't know if we're gonna do 3 trainings or not.
I got it down.
And we're doing it right there, right?
Yeah, historic town hall, sorry. Number 8, we put on here because it seems to be a topic of conversation in some of the trainings, I think, we have.
Something happened in the legislature with this.
Did it change? Because,
I don't know, but there was a lot of talk about it.
so, I
Is
will
it?
wait, and we can talk about it at the next meeting, but I will let you know, we haven't done anything since 1962. The only boundary that's been done by the looks of, since that is Alexandria. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boundaries that we're supposed to perambulate. And it looks like in 1983, Alexandria's was done with members of Bristol and Hebron.
What do you mean 5 boundaries?
So we have to, so we
Oh, we got
have,
we got the 2 rivers.
we have Hebron, Alexandria, so we have to perambulate anything that abuts another town.
Right, but you don't do the rivers.
So we have Hebron, Alexandria, Hill,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
New Hampton, and Bridgewater.
Well, except we don't do
Oh,
any,
actually, we might not have to do New Hampton, is what you're saying?
or Hill.
Well,
Because,
Hill, it touches the land, though. According to this. So, but the rivers we don't have to do, is what you're
Right.
saying. So New
Right.
Hampton, we wouldn't have to do. But Hill looks like it, well, does it?
no, I don't think so.
So the good news is it's down to 1, 2, 3.
Hold on, I'm getting a measurement. So far, we're up to 10 miles. And then there's that little piece,
Once every 7 years forever.
yeah.
Actually, we do have a notice from Hill in here. The town of Hill agrees perambulating its bounds. John Haywood will represent the town by walking the bounds and documenting them. But doesn't look like we participated.
Yeah, that's what the law says, every 7 years, but most towns haven't done it in decades.
Yeah.
And although it does say the selectmen can be fined, but it doesn't say what the fine is.
Yeah.
And the fine goes back to the town, so that's,
Yeah.
So look how old these things
Yeah.
are.
usually what happens is the small towns wait for the big towns to do it, and then no one does it. I can tell you it was probably 30 years ago that New Hampton did theirs. 25 maybe.
Groton did it when I was on the board.
Yeah.
We hired, well, let me rephrase that. We hired somebody to do one of the lines, but the other lines, I walked some of it, with the 2 other select board.
But it says mark.
Yeah, you could,
The law says mark. Walk
yeah,
and
you
mark.
have to go out and blaze them.
Triangulated
Blaze
and mark-
paint.
Yeah. And,
marks and bounds renewed.
And we charge about $1,050 a
yeah,
mile for that.
Well, you-
11, well, in this case, probably 11 or 1,200 a mile, if we were doing it, which I'm not recommending.
Well, we're not gonna hire that out then.
no, it's expensive
No,
to hire it out.
I dare you to find someone cheaper.
Pro
Yeah, I
bono,
know.
pro bono.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can
Well,
hang
since
on
you're
to it for
required to
now.
do it.
The fact is,
You have to do it for free since it's, you're required to do it as selection.
yeah, that's right.
We
Oh,
could all
look
go
at
up
that, there you go, Don.
I mean, some landowners paint their lines, so some of the lines along those lines, have been
Right.
painted in the last few years.
Yeah.
You can skip
Well,
over some of that.
And some of the bounds aren't probably there anymore because it was the beech tree on the corner of,
Well, that's the thing, is you end up It's the documentation that makes it more expensive,
Right.
right? So if I'm just
Yeah.
going out for a client, I can get that done pretty easily, but when you're documenting every corner that you come across
Oh.
and every, or this, this section is not findable, what do you got?
Alexandria's might be easier though, because it says, Todd's Corner, cement post behind Twin Caps Camp at Bear Mountain Cove, about 250 feet from the main highway, 83 chiseled on east face of post.
Yeah,
But the post is still in the ground.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
yeah, I mean, and some towns hire surveyors to do it for that very reason.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually think if we're gonna talk about it, then we should be looking at doing a section a year and not
Yeah.
taking the whole
Oh,
thing
right,
on.
right.
Yeah.
I'll put it on hold for now.
Yeah,
Actually,
Put a pin in
it
it.
sounds like an interesting thing to do once in your life.
yeah. I have a lot of miles on boundaries.
Yeah.
Is the access?
Yeah, you do it for a living, and
Yeah,
for us.
there
it'd
is
be a hike in
really,
the woods.
actually, at Wellington, where the Bristol and Alexandria corner is, there's a really cool stone marker there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
well, that's the kind of stuff.
That
I would
described
find
way back to the early 1800s, and I found the corner of Groton, Hebron, Alexandria, where those towns come together as a flat cornerstone described way back to like the late 1700s.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we have pictures of some of them too.
Yeah,
There was a book that was given by the surveyor with pictures of certain
Yep.
things, but when the line we marked, we did the same thing.
Yeah.
Glazed with orange paint.
Yep.
But
Don, on a side note, his axes are ready to go,
yeah,
but you just gotta let his hand heal.
yeah.
Well, that's true.
All right, I'll move on.
Nice shot.
That's interesting.
I'm gonna be out next Friday. I'm at a conference in Manchester, so just so you know, these guys will be all set. De-escalation training, we've scheduled it, for the town offices, the administrative staff in different places, the
That's good.
library, and transfer station actually, mentioned they would like to
Yep.
attend. So it's scheduled for May 28th. I've
Oh,
advertised
that's
this
good.
building will be closed from 9 to 12, and so that, and we'll be hosting it here. Right now, we're hosting it here. If we get a bigger crowd, we may move it to the public safety building.
Yeah.
But Primex is coming in
Great.
and doing the training, so. We didn't feel this was something that we should do the mandatory training, because this is a 2.5-hour
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
So we're holding this specific geared for certain groups. Fireworks, I'm gonna be scheduling the fireworks committee, which is like 5 people, but
Yeah.
we're gonna try to get that started. The contract is signed and returned. I have ice cream vendor lined up right now, and then I gonna meet with the committee to decide what we're going to do with music and stuff. One idea that came out from one of the department heads was because Swimmerly Mission is the same day. So I've reached out to Tobbs and asked them if they'd like to partner with the town on doing something, because it's the 250th anniversary. And they said they'd be interested, so I'm gonna try and have them schedule a conference call with the fireworks committee and them to see what we can do, maybe to enhance it a little bit more, so. Okay. Librarian has submitted her resignation. She is done effective May 15th. She's taken a position at another library. And I feel I can release that because the trustees have signed off on her PAF and I just got it. So I don't know yet what the trustees are gonna do for an advertisement for the
Okay.
position, but. Masons, I rescheduled that until May 7th. I hadn't gotten the attorney's response yet. And I emailed them and let them know so that they knew not to come tonight. We met with Breeze Line, when did we meet with Bree? Today. John and I met with Breeze Line today. We submitted Breeze Line, the changes to the franchise agreement from the town's attorney. They've already incorporated the changes, so I'm going to share that out in case you want to read it before the next meeting. It is about 40 or 50 pages long. You're welcome to read it. John and I have gone through it. John actually asked a lot of questions about to them today. It was actually a really informative discussion with them. We have one more question that went back to the attorney. I'm waiting about how the franchise agreement might affect any Hub 66 agreements. So we're waiting for that answer, but I will share what we have so far. And then it'll be hopefully at your next meeting that we can finally finalize it, so. And last thing, last two things. The Realtors Group on May 6th is doing a give back day. They're gonna be cleaning Cummings Beach. And if they have, depending on how many people they have volunteer, we've asked that they're gonna also clean the bike path. We didn't want them to go to Avery Crouse, because we won't have gotten the equipment in there to do the beach first. So, we've asked them to do Cummings and the bike path. And then just the last thing, I just want to confirm, we agreed to take that corner parking space out downtown,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've checked with the state. The state shed here had no problems, but they went up the line to make sure there were no other problems, and there are no, they said we can remove it. It came back into my thoughts that, this morning when someone came out from behind the truck with it was a mom and a baby carriage, and I just slammed on the brakes because I didn't see him.
Yeah.
So, so Victor said that what they'll do, is when they do the painting, they'll strike that off. They'll strike that off, and
Yeah.
we'll eliminate that parking spot.
Can we, it still probably won't be enough.
What, the one, you mean the one?
No, they won't, people still park there even though it's striped out.
Well, that will become a police enforcement then, which I'll talk to Chief Bean about.
By the tea room.
It's right
The
on the
crosswalk.
corner downtown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the last one.
Towards Gina's.
It really shouldn't have ever gone there is what we felt, and then, and Victor felt that way too, so we came back to the board and asked you guys about getting rid of that, so. And it just reminded me of it today.
Yeah, because this morning I turned and went down South Main, and the very last one on the string there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody with the
Truck.
truck and a thing on the back of it was there,
Yeah.
and it gets a little bit tight.
It does.
I was gonna bring up tonight, since we're on the parking thing,
oh,
I'm
oops.
doing my sleep.
Can we make it compact car? only?
Compact only, I don't know. That was gonna be my suggestion.
They don't follow that at all.
No, they don't. Yeah.
I don't think you can put, right.
We can't do that.
You can put small trucks there,
The heck
it's
of it.
not considered a compact car. People just gotta use common sense in that case. Well, that's just like during the parade route, that RV was parked on North
blocking
Main
the
Street
North Main
with
Street.
the same thing sticking out the back. It's
And
like,
they couldn't get through.
yeah.
Yeah,
We had to,
I didn't look, I don't
police
know.
had to find
I
them
don't know
so
if
we
the-
could get through.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if that last diagonal could be taken out and have a parallel in there or not.
Is there enough
I'd have to
room?
walk mine.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
I'm not the only one that has noticed that then.
Yeah, no, it's,
I think that's it.
All right. Select board items.
I already gave mine.
Okay.
So
Scott.
I jumped ahead.
how do we make out, with the, walking path damage?
We talked to Hub 66, I will have to send them pictures tomorrow and a GPS point. That's all I know right now.
Did somebody actually drive a truck down
We
Yeah.
think so.
Dually.
Damaged the hell out of it.
If you look at the last meeting,
there? I was looking at the
Oh.
pictures, it didn't look, I wasn't seeing where a truck was down there, but that is what happened.
that's
Okay.
what it looks like when you're, if you look.
Well,
see
they
tire
left
tracks.
They left
See
a
tra-
cone,
No, we
They left
combed
pretty
it.
Oh, we
obvious.
did?
We
Yeah,
combed
oh,
it.
okay.
And one of the pictures, you see the tire tracks.
You can
The
see
dual-
the tire
right
tracks
on the
on it.
asphalt.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
wasn't seeing that, but,
Yeah.
but that is I mean, that's always a wet section.
It
Well,
is.
we're gonna-
There's,
I don't know if
There's
it's
a
one
bubble.
I had asked,
there's a spring right there.
There's a bubbler, yeah.
well, it's more than a spring, there's like an old pipe or something there
I wonder if that's the old pipe from the lake.
from the factory across the road, I think.
Oh,
Yeah. But regardless, it's a problem. It's always wet in that spot.
we should almost do something as,
We'll have to repair it, yeah.
well, if we're gonna repair it,
We should repair it
Put,
right.
put a culvert or something, some kind of
Agreed.
French
Or a
drain.
French drain or something, yeah. Absolutely. It's always been an issue there. All right.
Just how to pay for it. We don't really have money for that.
Well, we'll have some repair
Victor.
money, hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
When I did talk to her, by the way, I did point out that they were there fixing something this winter.
Yeah.
I went by multiple days. I just didn't remember seeing them over the bank end. But she said as long as I send her the pictures, the map, and the GPS point, she will talk to the subcontractor.
Subcontractor,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think they're gonna say, oh yeah, that was me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll pay for that.
Get the fingerprints off the cone.
Well, the cones are ours. We put the
No.
cones up.
No, Sean said they left one.
No, I was
Oh.
wrong.
Oh, you were wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put the cones up.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Okay. Scott?
I have nothing.
Where do we sit on the
I don't know. No.
Beach Street issue?
Thank you.
The letter and the pipe and the whole thing?
It wasn't a cease and desist order, by the way.
Okay.
It was, so we had, what it was is we'd done originally an application for, it was an I have to open the files. So there was originally a different application submitted, and that's what got denied, and they wanted us to put in we had to go in and put in a wetlands permit
Yeah.
instead, and we did do that, and it's approved.
Okay.
Okay.
So they were behind the lake, it wasn't Lakes region, it was the river, Pemmy River thing, right?
Yes, they were,
They were behind
they were
the,
calling it a cease and desist, but we never got a cease and desist
Okay.
order. We got a denial on the first application. Let me tell you what they truly were.
we probably tried to put it in under normal maintenance,
Something to do with
And
road
and
maintenance.
they
Yeah.
said it needs a full permit,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what happened. We have been in communication with Hiltz, and working on contracts.
Yep.
I've gotten some answers from KV Partners. The one piece I haven't started yet, which I just realized, was we have to get easement on part of that, so I'm gonna send that to the town's attorney tomorrow
Yeah,
to have him start to work on that
all right.
for us. But Hiltz had some questions, and we are talking about staging areas. We don't have as many over that way.
Right,
So, Jonathan and Victor came up with a thought that we have that right of way by the church parking lot. We have it's supposed to have been a road, so we think we can park equipment there, but
Okay.
we wanna make sure the church knows.
Yeah.
And we have to get the people who have an looks abandoned vehicle that's been there forever, relocated, which
Yeah.
I'll talk to the chief.
Yeah.
If that doesn't work out, then I thought we could talk to Ciolito's owner about the vacant lot next door,
yeah.
if they'd let us use that temporarily, because it's pretty close to
It doesn't that go up, you gotta go, maybe they would get a new parking area out of it?
well, it's flatter, but then I don't think they've opened it all up.
Yeah,
He wants to talk to us two again about the parking lot.
yeah,
So he still wants to do something there, and I'm like, well, we told you you couldn't meter it if we did anything there, so, because we had been in communications before me, I think,
right,
about the town would do the development on the parking lot, And then he came back and said, well, I need to get something out of it, I wanna put meters on, and that was when I was here, and I'm like, no, I can't do it then.
Yeah,
And so we hadn't talked since, but I ran into him and he always says, hello, señorita. Let's talk.
yeah.
He's wicked nice though. And he wants to have us talk again about what we could do with that space, so.
Okay. Okay, so that's moving forward, and that's good. Yeah. When we did the, this is way before your time, when we did the bike path,
Yep.
I'm sure that the funding included
Oh, the UCF?
the fencing that we did up along.
Oh, yeah, it's getting deteriorated.
That's on my list.
Yeah, so what I would like to see is, I'd like to move that fencing back like we did on the park downtown. Similar fencing along the edge of there's a couple of spots there where there's,
The metal fencing downtown, you mean, or?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yep. And get that area cleaned up, because it's getting pretty nasty there.
I was gonna ask Victor if we could just do
It
something.
needs
to
some
clean
brush
up,
work,
but
it needs,
does.
some of
Yeah.
that stuff, and it's just the ugliest chain link fence there, and it doesn't let you get close to the river.
Which section?
Okay, which section? I thought you were talking about the wooden.
That's what I was
That's
thinking.
what I was talking about, sorry.
By the dam.
By the dam, there used to be a dam. That section, the wooden one,
Yes.
it looks awful.
Okay.
So I was
now,
talking about that one.
I'm talking about above the bridge, above the footpath bridge, coming out of the park, coming out of
Mill Street.
Mill Stream Park. The stretch
Oh,
between,
that fencing on D'Angelo's side, right? Or,
no, on where the path
yes.
is on the far side of the river.
Oh.
Okay, between the park and the next bridge up. It's where there was a huge mill site there, and there's opportunity. All they did was they threw the fence up along the edge of the path. But there's opportunity there to move that fence to the edge of the river, clean out the area, and have picnic tables or some space there.
Okay.
And again, we don't need to go to the engineer and engineer a park.
Can you,
But-
speaking of that area, there's a property that butts down to the river just before the path. They want to remove 15 trees that they feel are striking distance to their house. Victor said no, and the person's saying I'll just cut them and lay them down, but it's on town property is what Victor believes.
All right, I'll have them shoot me an
I'll shoot you an
email
email
out.
with the
I'll take a
name.
message.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at it. I can tell you, I don't recommend that, because someone was doing that on the state-owned property, and they just got a nice cease and desist
Right.
and fine
So
from the state.
I'll add it to my email tomorrow.
Okay.
But I might just walk the path and take a
Yeah,
look
take
at the
a look.
fencing.
If nothing else, if they have a moment, there's a lot of brush that needs to be cleaned up. It
Yeah.
just looks awful.
And up that area where you're talking about,
Yeah.
that wooden fence,
That has to
it's
be
falling,
done.
it's leaning in,
Yeah.
and then that needs to get brushed out too. Although that one,
Is that ours,
That's-
that fence?
oh yeah, it's built onto the retaining wall, the waste blocks.
Okay.
I think it's just secured on the outside
It
of
just
the waste
looks
blocks.
awful. It's starting to fall in.
I don't even know where the fence is.
It's right at the end of Baloo.
It's just it looks like
There's that
a,
telephone pole they had to
Kick
jog
it.
around,
Yep,
where they had the utilities, the
Okay.
dirt coming down.
I didn't realize that's our fence?
yeah.
Okay.
I
It's
think
wood.
it's on the path, but I think it probably held back the bushes or something.
Yeah.
But now they've pretty much grown over it.
All right, I'll take a look.
But, okay.
All right, that's what I had.
John, I just remembered John wanted me to bring up the signs we talked about at the middle school, we talked about those flashing signs. I'm gonna try to revisit that. He went to meet with Miss Paul Harris, and Paul reminded him that we had talked about it and nothing was done, but I said, well, last time I remember I asked you to wait till after town meeting, because I couldn't do anything else right now. So I'll bring it back up and bring it back to the board. So,
Okay.
I think we're kind of holding it up with the state level, so, I don't think, we're not gonna obviously get it done before this school year is out, but maybe before the next school year, we
Yeah.
could decide, we could figure out what we're able to do, so.
Do you have that contact for the DOT guy, the project guy?
Yep.
Because he said contact them
Yep.
about seeking grants for those. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some that are gonna be in this project. They talked about something.
I'm sure right
Yeah.
here, School Street.
Okay. We have another,
No,
no,
we
okay.
finished everything.
You did?
Well,
I thought there was one more item on the not public.
just in case going, because I do have one,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Public comment? No. Okay. All right. Who's
Just
got
to make a motion, what's on the agenda?
Oh, we need to get back.
Yeah,
We need to-
It'll be very, very brief.
brief, yeah.
I already closed down.
Hold on. Make a motion to go into non-public session pursuant to NHRSA 91 :A:3, paragraphs A, B, and C.
8:45 PM.
What's that?
I said at 8:45
And
PM.
8:45.
All right, I got a motion
Second.
and second by Don. Roll call vote. Don?
Aye.
Scott?
Aye.
Sean, aye. Scott?
Aye.
Thank you.